Rappers who have a passion for music. Rappers who have a dream to make it in the industry. Rappers who want to influence people and change lives. Rappers who just want to make a living off this shit. Are you guilty of one of these 5 things? Spending more on weed, booze, women, whatever your forbidden fruit is, more than your career. Believing the lifestyle that you're reading in the music industry and in these records about the way these rappers are living when they're really getting paid off of it. Spending more time focusing on writing a rhyme and posting it on a forum or writing rhymes to yourself rather than getting your voice recorded, building your flow. Not comparing your mixing to the actual professional level mixing you're hearing on the records that you love. And lastly, not being humble enough to discuss and proactively get feedback from your homies, real feedback, and just believing that you're on your way to some great success without actually hearing what the people think of your music. I'm Drew Morrissey, and this is How to Rap.
Gotta get on your job, tell them haters get on your job, nigga. Motivation. Nigga, get on your job, tell them haters get on your job, nigga. Motivation, haters better get on your job.
Okay, so today we're going to discuss the common pitfalls of most new MCs and why most people just can't make it long term. It's a marathon, it's not a sprint. And just before I start, one, this video is specifically designed for people who say that they want to make it in this industry. They say they have a passion, they want to change lives. This isn't necessarily for those of you who just want to have fun or freestyle for your homies. That's all good. You ain't need to worry so much about this intense kind of stuff. But this is for the people that I'm hearing out there who really want to make a difference. And by the way, this is the shit that fucked me up for a couple years in the rap game because I was prioritizing this bullshit more than what I really should have been doing, which is spending my money on my career and my passion that I said I loved rather than weed in the bottles and all that bullshit. So let's get into it. Number 1, are you one of those people that falls into the category of you spend more money on weed, booze, women, your car, to stunt, whatever it is that's fucking you up, and every single time you spending $20 a day on that weed, which ain't even that much herb, and I know y'all know that, or booze, which ain't even that much booze, or $20, which you can't even take a chick out with, that $20 you spend a day on that's the $5 ad campaign on Facebook, daily budget that you could be spending to promote your music. That's the $10 Twitter campaign. That's the website domain name that you could spend, $10 a month. Think of all of the money that's going away. Now we all smoke, we all drink, we all have a good time, and that's all good. But really think about right now, half of y'all is high watching this probably. Like, man, I like this deep shit. You hit this. But you say you a hustler, you say you want a career. Consider that. Number 2, are you being marketed to? Are you, when you hear a rapper say, yeah, you know, I was in the club with the bottles and the bitches and the half of y'all don't even realize these dudes are paid to be there. All you would have to do is look at the flyer for the club, Wayne's birthday bash, Joe Budden's release party. Trust me, they're being paid to be there. Listen to Wayne's interviews, he talks about that. He says, I live in the studio. I go outside to do other shit. If I'm in a club, best believe I'm paid to be there. That's Wayne right there. I mean, this is a rapper half of y'all that think is whack, and yet he's grinding twice as hard as almost all of us. Consider that. Number 3, are you spending more time sending out your written lyrics to your favorite forum and saying, what do y'all think of this? We don't think much. If you see Jay-Z in an elevator, are you gonna be like, yo, I wanna get signed, check out my lyrics, and hand him a printed page? No, this is a verbal art, this is music. I want you to start recording yourself come hell or high water. If it takes that, fuck the quality, just keep rapping. Get your flow up, let me hear your flow. Let me hear you record it. Don't make that mistake that I used to make, which would be on text forums. I spent 6 months of my first 6 months rapping, writing on text forums. That's 6 months I could have learned how to mix. Which brings me to number 4. Are you actively comparing your mixing to the professional rappers? Are you saying things like, it's good enough for me? It's good enough for my friends, good enough for my mom, good enough to play in my car. But is it good enough to get signed by the rappers you really admire? Is it good enough to hand it off if you run into J. Cole, if you run into Kendrick, and you know, if nothing else, that when he hears that shit, it's gonna be nice quality sound. You invested in it because you didn't spend it on fucking weed $20 a day. You spent that $20 saving until you had the money for the studio for a mic. Are you making sure your mixing is good? Holla at me if you need help with that, because that is a huge part of what sets a lot of listeners off, especially people that could be supporting you and retweeting you and all that good stuff. They're like, well, I mean, I couldn't even play it in my car. Can't even play it in my iPad. It's not mixed well. Don't forget about the mixing. And number 5, are you humble enough? Is the only time you really want to hear constructive feedback about your music is when you watch videos like this and you consider to yourself, are you in touch with your audience? Are you asking your friends, rather than just when they're like, nah, that's hot, that's cool, you're asking, no, what do you really think? Are you putting your music out in every fucking possible hating ass forum, every YouTube troll spot, and really hearing what people are saying? Are you listening to the feedback? Humility, huge part of art, huge part of the way you get good. Because if a motherfucker will say, no, dog, you whack, and you can just take that and be like, all right, well, fuck that, I'm gonna show this motherfucker. And then you're gonna go in the studio, you're gonna spend your money right on your promotion, you're gonna record yourself, you're gonna get better, and really take that feedback as fuel, because that's what the best did. Kanye West, Eminem, Tupac. Think of all the songs these people have where they're like, motherfucker said I was whack, fuck that, I went back. What you know about 5 beats a day for 3 summers? You know, Eminem talking about how people used to laugh at him in the damn cafeteria. Now what? You gotta have a certain level of humility to hear that feedback and use it to your advantage. So that's a recap right here. Weed or career? Booze or billboard? Women or private jets? The women will be there when you get there. 2, marketing. These rappers are paid to be in the club. They're not, when they say they popping bottles of Blue Flame or whatever strip club, trust me, it's a promotional thing. 3, written raps will not get you signed. Record yourself, come hell or high water. 4, mixing. Compare yourself. Hit up the engineers. Get a friend who's an engineer, or train yourself, or call me. I do mixing coaching. Reach out to me, reach out to somebody else. Doesn't have to be me. Find a way. And 5, humility. Most important. Now the last thing I'll say again is a disclaimer. The reason I'm so worked up is because I made these mistakes, every single one of them. I made every single one of these mistakes so many times. I don't want that for you. I made this company specifically so that people don't make the mistakes I made, and that people do the things that I did right. So let's build together. Let's quit playing around. Focus. And if you really want this, if you really have that passion, if you're dead serious when you say you're a hustler, you have a passion for music, you want to change lives, then start doing it. Cut all of these off your fucking list. Start being a professional. And trust me, you will get rewards down the road that you didn't even imagine. Okay? I'm Drew Marcy, and I just taught you how to rap.
Renegade. Never been afraid to say what's on my mind at any given time of day, cause I'm a renegade. Never been afraid to talk about anything. Renegade.
Never been afraid to say what's on my mind at any given time of day, cause I'm a renegade. Never been afraid to holler about anything.